Metro Sheriff Joe Lombardo joining us once again for the Morning Cup of Joe segment. Good to see you, Sheriff.
Good to see you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
So business robberies, this is some good news. They're down significantly this year. It's almost a 30% drop from last year. Why do you think we're seeing that?
Because we're doing a good job,
yeah.
right? No, I think it's a combination of a couple things. One is I believe my police officers and what we do on a daily basis has been very robust and beneficial and doing a great job. We've had the ability to hire more officers, so that's been a benefit. So we have more quality investigations versus, just running and gunning and being reactive and being proactive and versus being proactive. So that's a lot of it, and then technology has helped us. I think a lot of crooks are afraid of the technology, and everybody has the abundance of cameras and the assistance of DNA, from fingerprints and everything else. So I think it's a combination of all of that, and for us being relentless in the investigation of those type crimes, because people that perpetrate a business type robbery are willing to do anything. And I think it's important that we address that in its infancy versus letting it get out of hand.
And see what other crimes are associated with that.
Yeah.
There's a reason a business is being robbed for something else maybe down the line.
Yeah, and usually it's out of desperation, but crooks are, my perception, are lazy. And if it's a target hardened type business, where they have cameras and things like that, and they're going to go somewhere else.
Something we've talked about since the beginning of the school year back in August had to deal with safety around schools. CCSD Police does their work. Metro has stepped up its patrols as well around campuses around the valley. Let's talk about that support and how do you decide where to add that support to what CCSD Police already does?
Well, you're right in the first statement you made. We've developed a very robust relationship because they're lacking resources just like everybody else. So it's important for us to partner with them and help them through what they do. They're a very valuable resource for us, for both the police department and the school district. And so what we do is force multiplier. I mandated my officers ride with them on a regular basis, get to know the campuses in case we have to respond in times of crisis, and all those things that go along with it. But it's a needed thing. But I think people realize the safety associated with schools, where before they just thought it was more of a sanctuary. So there's more of an awareness now for both the parents and the kids on a daily basis, and for the school police. So they've had the ability to hire. So I think what's going on in the school is more out in front than as a second thought. And so we're aware of that, and we assist in everything we can that aspect.
All right, Sheriff, thank you very much for coming in. If you have a question for Sheriff Lombardo, you can send it to us. Go to 8newsnow.com and you'll find out if your question is answered every Wednesday.